Discussing a very interesting topic today, that is calculated field in pivot table, how to add calculated field. Now in many occasions the managers may have to create pivot tables for data analysis, and they may also have to create certain calculated fields to see some of the sums or average of a particular item, right? So here we have got one small table where again we are comparing the cells of few salespeople against the area and the items they are selling. Here we have taken three items, V, T and Z, and then the quantity of those items and the price of that particular item. So we would like to know that what is the total number of or total quantity of sales that has happened in every area. So for that, first step is that we will be creating a pivot table out of this field. So what I will be doing, I will be creating a pivot in a new sheet. I could have created it in the same sheet, but now I am trying to create it in a new sheet. Now in the new sheet, what I will be doing, first let me take the area. So we will be dragging and dropping the areas in the row column, right? So the areas are already added. Now what I will be doing, I will be taking the items because I want to compare and see the cells, the differences in the cells of the items. So I will be keeping the items in the column area. You see that three items have been added, T, V and Z. They have already come. And then we will also be taking the value of quantity and also the value of price. So I will be, because these are numerical numbers, so we will be adding it in the value area, and price also we are adding here in the value area. So here it is showing sum of quantity because already the quantity and the price have been added as sums. So what we will be doing, we will be changing the name of the fields little bit, and it is very easy in pivot. If you change only one, the rest of the columns will follow. So they will be automatically changed. So again, I am also here changing it and I am making it quantity and price. Then a little bit of design I will be doing. I will be just aligning it centrally so that it becomes quite visible in front of you. Three items and their quantity and their price have been created here, or rather summed up here. So in bird one, we can see that tea has been sold in a quantity of 1400 and the price is 400 actually. So we have to calculate the total amount. And again, V, in the same manner, in Kharagpur, it has been sold in the quantity of 200 and price is 100. And similarly, Z also is following the same rule. Now, we would like to see that what is the product or multiplication of this 1400 and 400. That means we want to create a calculated field where this 1400 and 400 will be automatically calculated. Now, there are two alternatives here. One is that you can create an additional column here and you can just do a simple multiplication activity as we usually do in the databases. But here the problem is that if you create an additional column and do the multiplication activity here, the problem will be there that once the data changes in the actual database, that will not be automatically reflected here because it's a separate column which is not similar with the or not in line with the pivot. So it will not be able to auto update if the data changes in the actual database. So we have to think of some other alternative here, and that alternative comes with a very interesting feature of pivot tables, that is called a calculated field. Now, how to add calculated field? That is little tricky, but if you understand it and know it, it will be very, very easy for you to create calculated fields even inside the pivot table also. So what we should be doing? We should be just creating the add button here, and once you click the add button, you will be able to see one calculated field option is featuring. So we click there and one calculated field has been added. Now there is a trick, small trick here, and that trick will actually help you to calculate the quantity and price. The trick is that you have to type the formula here in the calculated field, and we are using a very simple multiplication formula. So the nomenclature or the syntax is, we will be creating a curly bracket here. You can see that we are creating a curly bracket, and then we are just noting down the same, the column header, and putting it here with a simple copy paste. So we put the column header here, and then we close the curly brace like this. Okay, and then we put a multiplication symbol, and then again we open the curly brace here, and we again take the other column header, that is price. So again I will be copying the price. You have to remember that in the formula itself, the column header should be absolutely the same column headers that you have used in the actual pivot table. There should not be any difference, otherwise it will give error. So we will put here, and then we will close the curly bracket. Here you can see that I am closing the curly brace, and you see automatically it is calculating the quantity versus price. And now you have to just change the name of the calculated field. So you could actually name it like this, that total cells. So I am changing here, and automatically I can get a simple summarized form of area wise cells, total cells of item T, V and Z, and a comparison of all these three items. Now I will be creating a report out of it, since I told you in the earlier session, earlier video, what is the difference between database and report. This is a typical report. Now we have to design it a little bit. So what I will be doing, I will be copying the entire thing and then pasting it here with the paste special values only, because I don't want to copy the entire pivot and paste it again here. No, I will be creating a simple this thing where I am just doing a value paste, and then again here also I will be pressing paste special once more, and I will be putting the format only. Now you see the formatting has also been done. Now little bit of designing is required. So with the borders I will be doing a little bit of designing here. This is my entire block of T. So I will be creating a block for T here, another block for V, another block for Z, and the last block for your grand total. Now I will be just merging it so that it becomes little more colorful. The upper row I can delete, so I will be deleting it, and I will be creating a nice report out of it. Here we can also do a merger, and we keep it area like this. You can give a small this thing, and then you can see that here also I have created, and here just I will be doing a format painter. You must be knowing that what is the function of a format painter, and I will be doing a format painter here, and similarly I will be doing a little bit of design to make it look little neat and clean, so that the report really looks nice. You can see that we have already created a nice looking report where area wise quantity, price and sales are coming. So I will be creating little bit of colors here so that I can differentiate between three, and you could actually put you can make it little bold so that it looks really bright. and then a gray scale to show the entire quantity, price or total sales. Now let me change the color little bit so that it looks little good. Okay. So I have created a nice area wise report. You can see through the application of calculated field. Now the beauty of this report is this: whenever you change any figure, any numerics in the actual database, automatically the pivot will take it up and calculated field will also auto update and the report will show the actual figure. So you don't have to worry or do separate type of calculations to create a total sales figure here. That is the beauty of using calculated field in the pivot table. It becomes very handy whenever any manager or any executive is trying to see or analyze a particular data. Then pivot, I have already told you that pivot is a fantastic tool to do that. But at the same time, basic calculations are also very easily possible here with the help of this calculated field. I hope that this video has helped you to understand how this pivot table works and the calculated field also works. And for such more interesting videos on pivot table and different usage of the pivot table, please follow my channel and subscribe and share and like. So thank you so much.